I'd like to propose a question. Would you consider it ethical to consume media from a creator or artist who is generally considered to be a bad person? How about if they fall into a gray moral area, blurring the divide between right and wrong? I'm sure we've all heard of separating the art from the artist, but where should you draw the line? Is there a point where you can no longer separate the two? In this video, I'd like to discuss the actions of a content creator who goes by the name Dream. A creator who got his following making Minecraft videos but soon fell into a spiral of controversies. Keep in mind that Dream is just an example for this video. This is not a call to harass or otherwise attack any of the people mentioned in this video. In July of 2019, a YouTuber by the name of Dream would start regularly uploading content and would find massive success due to his excellent understanding of the YouTube algorithm. He would end up gaining so many followers that he would land himself among the biggest names in the Minecraft community. Dream was very notable for his various speedruns of Minecraft, a process in which players would try and beat a game as fast as physically possible. At one point in his career, he held the world record for the fastest speedrun of Minecraft, and while he wouldn't hold this record for long, it is an incredible feat nonetheless. Now that would be the case, however, this event did spark his first major controversy. He would come under flack due to accusations of cheating in his speedrun. During this time, many people from speedrun.com would begin investigating his submitted runs, resulting in a 29-page report combing through every detail of one specific run Dream uploaded to their website. The most notable part of this report is the fact that Dream obtained a rare item when trading with piglins, a mob featured in the game who players may trade items with. This rare item being obtained in the amount he did is incredibly rare, the odds being 1 in 177 billion. This would be followed by a look into his drop rates from the mobs he had killed. This research concluded that the odds of his drops were a 1 in 113 billion chance. At first, Dream would find himself denying any and all accusations of cheating during his speedrun, but later went on to admit to cheating, claiming that it was an accident. He would say that he didn't realize he was using a modified client that had increased spawn and drop rates. Ultimately, this controversy would come to an end with a quote from Dream, stating, "I think the whole situation was extremely shitty overall for everyone involved, and I wish that I could go back and do things differently, because it was some of the worst weeks of my life and still impacts me every day. I'm sorry to anyone that I let down or disappointed. I always strive to be the best person that I can be, and the whole debacle wasn't the best that I can be or anywhere near it. I hope this brings some closure to anyone who needed it, and I really want to move forward with positive vibes like I've been trying my best to promote as much as I can." The speedrun controversy seemed to function as a catalyst for Dream's eventual spiral into controversy. His newfound fame gave him a much larger audience, granting more people access to his misdeeds and allowing more room for calls of accountability.
I didn't mind. I made a mistake in how I responded to it. I was a dick to a lot of people that I shouldn't have been. And that kind of definitely cost me a lot of credibility points, and that's fine. That's how life is. I've done my best to move on past it and make do with the speedrunning community.
On January 22nd, 2020, Dream had released a video featuring the original creator of Minecraft, Marcus Persson, known as Notch. This would result in significant backlash due to the many views that Notch holds. Notch is known to have anti-Semitic, homophobic, and transphobic views, showcased in tweets from his Twitter page. A common criticism was that in doing this, Dream was giving Notch a new platform, allowing him to continue expressing his harmful thoughts without fear of consequences. This controversy would result in the video being privated on June 3rd, 2021, partially closing the door on the drama at hand. On April 10th, 2022, Dream would find himself caught in another controversy. He would reply to a popular creator's tweet with the following: "I mean, it is controversial. Do they really exist? I heard gay people was a myth made up by the gay frogs in my water. Solid move by YouTube, IMO." A friend of his would respond to this with, "Gay people don't exist, I heard," causing Dream to reply, "They exist in your disgusting fantasies, freak." This would spark a discussion among many people who knew of him, speculating whether or not Dream was homophobic. Believing this tweet was in poor taste as he seemed to be laughing at the expense of the LGBTQ+ community. He would respond to the backlash with the following tweet: "I'm not gay. I think women are very attractive." Some men are okay too, I guess. This tweet would only further the drama surrounding him, as many people thought it was a distasteful response. One person who responded to Dream would end up setting their account to private out of fear that they may be harassed or doxxed by Dream's fanbase. This would result in Dream tweeting out on a private, alternate Twitter account, seemingly enjoying the fact that he had this power over another. The tweet is as follows. Seeing people private their Twitter and delete their tweet after I reply to them calling them out on BS is so satisfying. You're sending your community to harass innocent people. I'm calling out their BS. They can turn off their phone and reflect on their dumbassery. Once people discovered this and began sharing it, the spiral of controversy only grew. Dream would ultimately end up responding to many of the rumors, controversy, and allegations surrounding him in a Twitch stream on April 13th, 2022. This would cause further discussion. Most of the discourse would revolve around his past actions, such as the time in which he said the R slur, a topic of contention brought about by the history of the word. This drama would slowly fade into the background as more controversies took the forefront.
So Ant Frost replied and said, "Gay people don't exist, I heard." For those of you who don't know, Ant Frost is gay. I do think that people who don't know me or know Ant Frost or know our relationship or know anything about me in general could see this, me calling him a freak for being gay, even if it's in a sarcastic way, and take it the wrong way and take it as, oh, he's making fun of gay people or the the struggles they go through. So I see that, and I after seeing people complain about that, initially I was like, yeah, I mean, I probably could have just removed this part and just had to be they exist in your disgusting fantasies, and I think that would have been different. Do I think it's the biggest deal? No, but I can understand why people might. I could see people being upset by it and being like, oh, this isn't something that you have a right to joke about. This is, I'm making fun of people that are homophobic. The joke is not on gay people. The joke is on homophobic people that are horrible people and don't deserve any kind of positive attention, I guess.
On May 21st, 2021, Dream released a song titled Mask. This song was accompanied by a music video which at one point depicted himself throwing away his normal pills. It was implied that the so-called normal pills were intended to be ADHD medication. This was the subject of more controversy as it conveyed a message that was interpreted as anti-medication. This type of message could be extremely harmful to those that suffer from mental illness and rely on their medication to help with their daily lives. Soon after this criticism, Dream would take to Twitter, addressing the backlash with a tweet that says, "They really be like, he visualized his personal experiences as a kid with ADHD and medication for it. Disgusting. Drugs. Ayo, turn that shit up, Charles." This immediately caught backlash. The song that he described was interpreted to be a generalization of rap music, insinuating that rap music glorifies drug use. Since rap music has historically black roots, many people would go on to describe the tweet as racist, as it depicts black music in a negative light. Comparatively, Dream describes his own song in a positive, almost wholesome way. Another similar controversy arose when on a livestream, one fan asked Dream to do a war cry. He, as well as a few of his friends, obliged and imitated a victory screech, a reference to the Nickelodeon show SpongeBob SquarePants. In response, some fans reached out to Dream to explain that the war cry he performed was offensive to indigenous people. Dream would then tweet out a response saying, "Native Americans don't own screaming while flicking your tongue around. Plus, I literally have Native American in my blood. If you're offended, fuck off. Literally could care less. It's not offensive and don't be a baby. Get off my account if you want to critique people having fun in a block game." War cries are across every race, sexual orientation, and creed. Sometimes people need to recognize that not everything they see on the internet is true. Educate yourselves. Sometime after tweeting this, however, Dream backed down from defending his opinion, stating that he had become more educated on the topic. On a twit longer in which he apologized for several of his controversies, he explained, "I had no intention of offending anyone, and before I was educated, I had never known that doing that type of war cry was offensive. Initially, I responded very poorly, tweeting saying that it was just SpongeBob and to screw off. I very quickly deleted my tweets. I realized that I responded very poorly and that I had to make a more proper response. So I livestreamed. I apologized for it, and I explained my perspective. Since I've been educated, I've also become much more in touch with the Native American side of my family, and I really think that the experience turned out much better for myself and overall made me a better person. I shouldn't have been so quick to defend my actions, and I've been careful to not make the same mistake since then." While there are a few other controversies surrounding Dream and his alleged racism, there is unfortunately not much documentation remaining. Many of the controversial tweets and videos have since been deleted.
This happens. I mean, it's kind of a recurring thing. It does happen. It happens every, I don't know, 4 to 6 months where I do something that people don't like, and then things that have you kind of been floating in the background get brought up. Sometimes they're real, sometimes they're fake, sometimes they're in between, and then it ends up going from like a small controversy to a big controversy because there's like multiple controversies mixed into one. It happens with a lot of creators as well. It's just kind of a common trend, and it's kind of an unfortunate one.
This brings me back to the question at hand. Is there a point in which you can no longer separate an artist from their art? Does it depend on whether the artist makes their living from people consuming their content? This question becomes even more complicated when you consider an artist or content creator who is morally ambiguous. Does it make a difference to you if they've apologized or changed? Let me know what you think.